Well, now the Prime Minister says that small businesses should rejoice at his tax increases, Mr. Speaker. First of all, they should rejoice, according to him, that he is punishing them for saving money within their companies, that they should rejoice for sharing the work and earnings of their business with family members who contribute. And now he wants them to rejoice that they'll have to pay higher energy costs because of his tax. Simple question, and we'll all rejoice if he finally answers it. Will small businesses get the same exemption as large industrial emitters under his plan?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, unlike Conservatives, we believe that emissions need to go down, and we need to continue creating good middle-class jobs for Canadians and support small businesses. And now, what the Conservatives are saying is factually wrong. We have set a target for industry to reduce pollution, and if they fail to meet that target, they pay the price. If they do better, for example through innovation, they are rewarded. Our plan will also give money directly to households where the federal backstop applies. The only mystery here is, why haven't the Conservatives put forward their plan?
No plan.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
Actually, what his own government documents state is that so-called target is a 90% exemption for large industrial emitters. We've simply asked if small businesses will get the same exemption. We have had no answer. And in light of that, he still thinks that Canadian taxpayers should believe that if he puts his hands in their left pocket, he'll give some of it back in their right pocket. Mr. Speaker, his own documents admit the government will collect more in taxes than it gives out in rebates. Isn't that proof that this is just another Liberal tax grab?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
On the contrary, Mr. Speaker, that's simply not true. We are ensuring that we are returning all the money collected from the price on pollution to the jurisdiction in which it was collected. That is a commitment we have made in law. Of course, a law the Conservatives voted against, a law the Conservatives continue to scoff at because they have no approach to fight climate change. They do not think it matters to fight climate change. We'll tell that to folks in BC suffering through forest fires every summer. Tell that to folks in Saskatchewan dealing with floods. Tell that to the droughts people are facing in Manitoba. Tell that to the folks across the country who know that climate change is real.
There seem to be a lot of members who think they can talk in this place without being called upon. There's always the danger they won't be called upon for a while. The member for Carleton has the floor.
Well, listen carefully to his wording. All the money collected from taxpayers will be returned to the jurisdiction, not to the taxpayer. That is a key distinction. The government plans to spend the money. If the rule here is if Canadians send it, this Prime Minister will spend it. That is distinct from making taxpayers whole for their costs. This will be especially hard for suburban commuters, hockey moms, and middle-class people who will pay more and get less, all so that this Prime Minister can spend it all in the jurisdiction of his choice. Isn't that a tax?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the member opposite for allowing me to remind this House that we're actually giving a 10% top-up to small and rural communities because we know that we need to make sure that everyone has the proper support as we move forward with a price on pollution. But specifically, our plan to put a price on pollution will encourage companies to innovate and pollute less while ensuring they create good jobs for Canadians. Our system sets aside $1.45 billion from pollution pricing in order to support small and medium-sized businesses, because we know that small and medium-sized businesses are core.
Honourable member for Carleton.
He's talking about the billions he's going to spend, which is precisely what we predicted. They are collecting this tax so that they can spend it how they choose. In fact, just in Ontario alone, they admit they will collect $1.4 billion more in taxes than they will give out in rebates to individuals and families. That money, that difference, is the net tax grab on Canadians, especially suburban commuters, soccer moms, and average ordinary families. Isn't that yet more proof that this is just another Liberal tax grab?
The right Honourable Prime Minister.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to channel my former profession of a teacher when I point out that if the member opposite, spent as much time trying to worm around and confuse everyone with our plan and spent it more on developing his own plan to fight climate change, we'd all be better off and he would have something more intelligent to say. Mr. Speaker, we are fighting climate change and we're doing it in a real way, on real terms, because that's what Canadians expect.